It's like howdy, y'all. Let's start over.
Nope.
We got to start over.
No. Holiday blend.
Hang on. I had these freaking rollies in my mouth. Good evening, y'all. Welcome to another episode of a Contagious Smile podcast, Unstoppable.
This shows how unfiltered we are.
With Michael and Victoria, your lovely, sexy, redheaded vixen over here.
Whatever.
Y'all, it's Christmas, and
Merry Christmas.
I reckon we're about 73 degrees outside.
It's crazy.
Last year, y'all, it was snowing a little bit here.
Yes.
So, Merry Christmas, y'all.
Y'all. I've had some people ask for updates on how I'm dealing with my back. I'm going to let you kind of give a more generic.
It's kind of kicking our ass a little bit.
It's a little, the doctors tried to scare the
This one's been a little rough
out of me.
The amputation on the arm was rough in the very beginning, and this one seems to be lingering. We've had a mediocre doctor work on her, in my opinion, and his failed experiment.
Then all hell broke loose.
And that had to be corrected.
And all hell broke loose on Tuesday.
So if you're listening, Dr. Quack.
Stop. No, we're not saying names.
Quack.
We're not saying names.
Well, if he's listening.
So on top of that, wow. So on top of that, like, as we've stated in a previous podcast, you know, they scared the jeebies out of us saying, you know, what have you eaten this morning? You might be going in for surgery, blah, 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 blah. Emergency, right. So then on Tuesday, we go in, and it wasn't even for me. And all of a sudden, I have an amazing rapport with the chief of this department, if you will. And she happened to be there, and I brought her Christmas present, which will come out in publication in January. That's all I'm going to say. And she asked how I was doing. And she was like, if anybody this had to happen to, I don't want it to be you.
She is amazing.
She is amazing. Amazing, right? So here she is with like a plethora of patients, and she stops everything she's doing. And then she's like, I know you better than anyone, and you're consistent and just methodical every single time. She's like, I've done numerous surgeries with you, and when we do, it's you don't take any Versed or anything before going back, and a lot of time you don't want to take anything back there, and you don't want to take anything after, and you want to be there for the timeout, and you want to hear us talk about, you know, your allergies and things of that nature, and you know, anybody who's had surgery with you once, yet alone 20 plus times, knows what you can and can't do. And she's like, there's certain things you just learn about people that over time when working with someone for so long, right? Like, you know, oh, they can't have this, they can't have that. So I ended up, while at this appointment that wasn't for me on Tuesday, like being told, could we please admit you? And I'm like, no, it's Christmas. I'm not going to be admitted in the hospital over Christmas. And then it was, well, here's what we need to do. We're going to emergently send you down for a CAT scan, with and without contrast. And then we're going to do more blood work and just blah, 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 blah. And it's like, this has really kicked my tail. This one has done a number, to say the least.
So can I go off in left field?
You always do.
Me?
Yeah.
You're the one that always goes off in left field. I have to bring you back on.
In point.
You know what? You're too damn smart for your own good.
I've heard that, but some people wouldn't say that.
So I was formerly not known as Prince. I was formerly in an abusive relationship that was verbal and emotional. Okay.
More than that, but carry on.
It wasn't physical. But if you know that someone has been in a physical abusive relationship.
Oh, I know where you're going. There.
Choose your words carefully.
I'm very careful with what I say.
Okay.
My words are so cautious.
It was said to my wife,
oh boy,
who is a survivor, that means former victim, that it was implied that her current husband beats her, which would be me.
No, he didn't say. No, I'm not defending him. He didn't say.
That's the way I saw it.
Okay, he didn't say beat. He just said were you abusive? Because I had a pattern of being in abusive relationships. And I was like, no, I was married to an abuser, but that doesn't make it a pattern. And I implied very carefully and directly that I did not appreciate that statement. And it was just the sheer fact, and I know we've talked about it before. I said, this is absolutely not the case, and I don't appreciate you making such a statement. And he went on to say, well, you're just cautious about not wanting to be undressed in front of other people. Well, I'm sorry, but the device rep was there and he's there in the room. And then my husband's coming back in the room. People are passing by, nurses are coming in, vitals are being taken. All this stuff is being done. And I'm very, what's the word? I can admit it. I'm kind of a prude when it comes to how I dress and I don't show myself. And yeah, but a lot of that's my grandmother. And he was like, "Oh, does your husband not like for you to be undressed in front of me?" And I was like, "He's never once said that ever. It's me sitting there in a gown. I guess the vulnerability of it, here I am with an infection that I believe should have been prevented 100-fold, and it's excruciating and painful. And I'm healing from one device being taken out, this big pocket, you going into my spine, another incision. I have 3 new incisions, and they're not, millimeters in size. And then you say to me this comment after you just like ripped off my dressing, pulled out my stitch, and then covered me in alcohol and said that was going to hurt. I mean, that's just, I'm very cautious, and I know not everybody's like that. Like, I'm cautious with the words that I say because I know that they can be quite hurtful. But then the next visit for him to make a comment like, you need a less abusive doctor, was kind of, and then to make like, you know I don't know. There was just a lot to that really didn't fit well with me.
Right. It irked me too.
And this is the thing is I'm this person that whenever I have surgery, I like make my team cookies and thank them for all that they do. And during this appointment, I had made cookies for everybody and brought them in there. And
she does it all the time.
And I always, and I mean, if I'm wrong, call me out on it. I always, and not just the surgeon, everybody, I'm always like, how's your family? How are the kids? How are you doing? Happy holidays. Every single time. I always do.
From the valet guy to the person sitting behind the desk checking you in. Yeah, she does this every time.
And it's so funny because Dad had mentioned to me that the first time he had gone with me, he was like, do you know people everywhere? He's like, everywhere we go, everybody knows you and carries a conversation with you. And I'm like, I treat everybody the same. I treat everybody, with respect. And they come out, hey, how are you? How are you doing? How have you been? I'm like, how's the family? Blah, 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 and it's just, he's like, everywhere you go. And that's just it. Why can't we just be nice to each other for the crying out loud? Right? Just freaking calm the freak down. Just
what I was getting at is
left field.
Don't say the words that are going to be a trigger to that individual, especially if you know they've been in a situation like that, and you're in a professional job title. You should, I wasn't going to disclose that it was the same mediocre doctor, but our audience kind of figured that out when you put it out there. So, for all the ladies listening, and I hope they read the article that my wife wrote. Thank y'all. Y'all did an excellent job. We're not talking about you. We're just talking about that one mediocre doctor.
Oh my God. So
I hope he gets wind of this.
So let's turn I know. Yeah. Oh, that's not a question. So let's turn the table for a minute. And, this is the holiday time and everybody's supposed to be happy and, celebrating in their own ways. And we celebrated this holiday season in the hospital rooms and by ambulance trips and ER visits and things of that nature. And, most employers give holiday bonuses, and ALEXA says the same thing. And most people give bonuses, employers, and just recognition. And my husband's recognition was a text message that said, you're fired. And it was dumbfounding to me because he was one of, if not the highest, don't tell me no, highest
Yeah.
review making people for the company. No, it's wrong. It is wrong. If you want to call out Dr. Quackadoodle Doo, then I get to call out the garage door company that says they're all family
Oh,
owned
that's
and
fine.
operated.
But
Then
don't lift me up.
no, but it's the truth. You called every day for more jobs. They didn't have any for you. Dad's in the hospital with a possible brain bleed, and he's having cardiac events and things of that nature, and they tell you that you have to show up, and you do, and then they send you 2 hours away into the mountains, and then they tell you they gave you the wrong address. I mean, come on now, seriously. And there has never been a question, and we had all the proof in the world, and for you to be with them for 5 years and then them text you that they let you go. I mean, talk about bend over and get bent. That is just, I have all sorts of thoughts about such a family owned and operated company that only cares about their lining of their pockets. I mean, seriously.
And here's left field again. To piggyback off that, I have enjoyed my time with my family. I didn't have enough time throughout the work week when I was working 40, 60 hours a week.
Now, sometimes you're working 12 hours a day every single day.
Yes. Sometimes, I only work 4 hours a day.
Yeah, but you were always
and
calling
that's
asking.
my job.
Right. And you made like $4 because
But now that it's official that I'm fired, retired,
no, they fired you. Let's flat out call a spade a spade. They fired you.
I am loving my time with my family. I get to do, of course, whatever we want, and I get to spend time with the wife. Like today, the wife jumped in the truck with me. Of course, went and bought her lottery tickets. And she's
With rolled coins. We bought how redneck are we? We bought lottery tickets with rolled change.
and she said, "Let's just drive." Right? So I drove. I took us down the road for a piece and went to a park.
Did you just say you took us down the road for a piece?
No.
That is what you said. Now you know
a
last time.
piece.
No, you said last time that I was incorrect about the audible that fell out of your face, and I said, okay, when we're done, I'll play it back. And
We
you
drove
said, oh
down
no, 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 wait. And then you said, okay, next time, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it on the next podcast once this is over, and you
Okay,
play it
you
back.
were right then, but this time you're wrong.
No,
All right.
I'll play this one back too.
We went down
Yonder
park,
Uh huh.
and we drove around the park, and then we just sat in the park and talked like a married couple.
Oh Lord. All right, I'm gonna put myself.
Get her in the back seat.
I'm good.
What? You didn't hear that?
Now you're making fun of my deafness.
Oh, here we go. Discrimination.
I want to talk about this, and I'm putting myself out there. It is so challenging, and I just want to
To live with me?
talk to individuals who go through this because I understand tenfold. I understand what it's like to feel trapped within your own physical self and not feel comfortable wearing certain things and dressing a certain way. And what was such an eye-opening experience for me was I've had so many injuries and so much trauma done to my body that I'm always healing from a surgery. So I'm always dressed basically comfortably unless I'm going to court to represent a family as an advocate or something, right? So or I'm doing a speaking engagement. So with that being said, on Tuesday, I decide, okay, let me just try this for the first time in a long time. And I put on, like, I can't button pants. I can't do some of those things. So I admit that I may have bought blue jean pants. I don't know what they're called. They're blue jeans, but they don't have buckles or whatever. And I put on like boots and a sweater. And when I walked out of the bedroom and started to head downstairs, my husband's mouth was one of those cartoons that go right. And
It did what?
and it was, here we go with the sounds. And he just was so like shocked. And I'm like, it's just still me. And yes, I was very uncomfortable because it's not something I'm used to anymore. But when he and I dated 25 years ago, every day I was in a three-piece business suit. And that was my comfort zone. Like dressed as I am like right now and like comfy clothes, I would be so uncomfortable back then. I couldn't have. Like it would no. How it's changed. So when we go to the doctor and we had our whole family in tow, everybody knows us. And so I get out and everybody's like, I didn't even recognize you. I didn't. And I'm like, what? How do you miss me? First of all, I have hair down to my butt, right? And it's red. So I'm pretty obviously easy to spot and it's holidays. So I kind of fit right on in. I look like a walking Christmas ornament, like a walking Captain Hook Christmas ornament, right? One hand, green eyes, red hair. I look like a walking Captain Hook Christmas ornament or a walking gingerbread, right? And everybody's like, I didn't recognize you. I didn't recognize you. And I'm already uncomfortable in this entourage of clothing. And then here I am now, like, and to think, oh my God, you know, to me, I'm still me. It's just what I put on. And that's how some people feel so trapped, is because literally that's the only thing they have control of. I mean, we're told what to wear it, how to do our hair, how to do our makeup, how to do everything. And the only thing we have control over when we leave it first is how we make our own appearance. Because a lot of time we're covering up their battle playground. We're covering up the bruises and the wounds and the brokenness and the fracture that. And now we have the ability to wear what we want, and we just want to be comfortable. We don't want to be dictated that this is how we're supposed to dress anymore. And for like my goal next year is in January is to start dressing more like I used to, not the business suits, but like the cute sweaters and whatever. And I've actually like donated some of my clothes, which was shocking. But my husband is looking at me crazy. I'm just kind of curious what your two
Well,
cents are here.
I'm going to interrupt you. You've left our audience in suspense here. Okay. You've told them about being trapped.
Hmm.
Okay. You've told them about body dysphoria.
Dysphoria,
Okay.
foil.
And you told them my expression. Okay. How I reacted to
Hmm.
you wearing something different. But you failed to mention how it made you feel. Crickets.
That's a very typical victim slash survivor
How did it make you
reaction
feel
that we don't consider that.
coming out of that shell from
Did
that
mention that. Yeah, I told you I was
okay,
uncomfortable at
and
first.
getting the reaction you got not only from your soulmate but from other people?
I was uncomfortable.
You were
I kept
uncomfortable with me.
No, I was uncomfortable with myself dressed that way, and I
Okay,
kept like pulling at my sweater,
you did.
or whatever the case is, and then when people were like, I didn't even almost recognize you. And I'm like, do I look that different? Like, it's still me. I'm still me. It's kind of the metaphor that I
How did it
talk
make you feel
uncomfortable.
the entire time?
Absolutely. But the only way to get over that is to keep doing it. It's
Is it good,
persistence.
uncomfortable, or bad?
It starts out bad, but you have to change it to good. But like, I use a metaphor all the time when I'm talking to women in like groups and things, that when I look in a mirror, I see a broken dove. I see a broken person. But then everybody else is like, yeah, me too, me too. I see this cracked glass. I see this, whatever. And then I'm like, have you ever driven and passed by a church and you saw the most beautiful stained glass window? And everybody's like, yeah. And I'm like, stained glass is created by broken pieces. That's not a piece of glass that was just put there. It's put together by broken pieces. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's what we turn into. And that's what's so hard, is because, you know, I've been very far on my journey of healing, but I'm not, and nor will I ever be 1000% healed. And I get that. I get that. But a lot of us don't want the attention that can come from being of a certain way physically. Like, to be dressed a certain way grabs attention. A lot of us would rather just kind of just fade into the woodwork so that we don't get that attention, especially those of us that have scars like I do. I get stared at constantly for my scars. People look at my amputation all the time. People look at my face all the time because of my Frankenstein scars down both sides of my face. The fact that it's very clear that I have all this metal in my face, the fact that, it's just, I would rather somebody just know me for who I am on the inside, not just the fact that I have lots of scars on the outside.
Hmm. I wear a Kimber 1911 45 on my hip. I get stared at a lot too.
You get stared at because you're wearing stuff like to-do list, your mom.
And it's crossed off.
That's because our daughter gave it to you.
Yeah. I wear all these goofy shirts my kid gets me. She thinks it's hilarious.
Oh, she thinks they're downright hilarious.
You can't, like, once it says, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my daughter.
But that is completely accurate. And can we just say for a minute, Dad, your dad, who I call Dad, this kid of ours does no wrong when it comes
Right?
to him. I mean, she ripped the nastiest fart, and you jumped her skillet, and Dad was like, "It's better up and in. Good job. Way to go. Well done." And then 2 minutes later, he farts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my
You're
God,
killing me.
killing you. Who has the stronger sense of smell? That would be me. Like, it is horrible. And all of y'all think it's hilarious. Like, I love his whole demeanor, Dad's. I mean, like, I walked downstairs and he was
Pop,
watching
pop.
television. Yeah. And
Daughter Faith calls him Pop Pop.
and our daughter. And I walk by him and he goes, "Don't walk in there. I just farted." And he's laughing. And I'm like, oh my God, I know where I know where my husband came from. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind. It's just, wow. Y'all are so much alike. Like, the laugh, the two of you have the exact same laugh. I don't care what you say. The two of you have the exact same laugh. And the two of you are reformed whores.
Anyway.
No, you both are.
Christmas.
Okay, ho, ho, ho.
Really?
What?
That was pretty good, though. I give you that.
That was great. Thanks.
We did have a good Christmas dinner, y'all.
Yes, my
Wife-
husband.
Wife did a good job.
No, my husband did it. And Dad said, "Oh my God, he didn't burn anything and the fire alarm didn't go off." Score and score. That's
And it was
hilarious.
actually tasty.
It was. It was. It was quiet and quaint and all just us around the table and our beautiful little puppies. They're always going to be puppies to me.
Which soon we might be getting another one, a third one.
Yay!
I don't know yet. It's not been decided.
That would be awesome. Dad's going to take her.
We'll have to reach out to our buddy Will.
Dad's going to be the one to get her and hold her. I'll snuggle her all the time. She can sit in my lap while I'm working.
I'll have to see if Will wants to plug him, give him some business.
He makes the most beautiful knives.
Yes.
I saved up and got you a custom made one a couple years ago.
You
It
have
was
to put the-
beautiful. Oh my God, it was beautiful. And what does my husband do? He's trying, or at the time, he was trying to learn how to engrave. And instead of getting a $3, $4, $5, knife from the Handy Mart or whatever, he decides to use one that I had custom made for him, that I saved up for, that was beautiful. Oh my God, it was stunning. And he decides to try to learn to engrave on that. Not going to the Handy Mart and getting one there for a few dollars. He uses the one that I give him and botches it.
Yeah, I'll ruin it.
Root.
It's ruined.
Root.
I engraved something on there and it's all cockeyed and looks horrible. So,
So it looks like your in-laws.
ex-wives, maybe,
I was being, well,
but you learn. Anyway,
so what would you like different in 2026?
I'm loving this. I'm loving staying home with you, our daughter.
But
Papa.
monetarily, it doesn't make it easy.
It doesn't, but we'll survive just like we always have.
I mean, what is your goal for
Oh, we need
2026?
to, folks. Send my wife some encouragement via email to start videoing these podcasts.
Hello. Do you not see how many emails I go through already? Are you
These are encouraging
serious?
emails.
You know what? When I finish losing my
Hey,
weight,
Victoria, you're doing a great job. Keep it
oh,
up.
kind of like the emails that you get or the comments that you get about how no, people tell you all the time they love hearing you and I on here
Oh, I
together.
stuck it podcast.
No, everybody tells you how much they love hearing us on here
got that.
together.
1-900 voice.
Whatever.
baby.
And it's never
Feel clothes.
it's never enough. Like it's not going to be enough to make you happy. So again, diversion left field. What would you like to accomplish in 2026?
This, more of us.
I would like to accomplish, and you know, this is the horrible part of it. I like to go, and I keep hearing my one doctor who, when I made this comment a few years ago, he says, you know, what's your New Year's resolution? And I said, I'd like to stay off the OR table. And he goes, you know, why don't you try to make a resolution for something you can obtain? And that was like a reality check in the face, right? I would like to be surgery free for a year. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else they could do. If you took a skeleton, there's not a part of the body I can't say I haven't had surgery on. And none of it's been cosmetic. I think I'm due. I think you should be able to have some kind of procedure I would like to have done cosmetically. I'm just saying, you know, a little something, something.
Maybe this year we can take a small vacation up to the mountains. Maybe we get one of those Airbnbs.
They're expensive.
You work out something.
Why is it always you giving me more work
Because
to do?
you had to give the gab.
No, you, Jabberlock.
I mean, I could horse trade for it.
You have the Jabberlock.
Jabberlock?
Yeah.
What is Jabberlock?
Kind of same thing as
No one says Jabberlock.
Uh-huh.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Maybe the Yanks. But
Oh, now we're going there.
yeah, we went there.
We went there.
My wife gets Yankee on me sometimes. And she'll talk like this.
That is not how I talk. It is not how I do
I
that.
just sound like I'm from New York.
That doesn't sound like New York.
Sure does.
No, it doesn't.
I just mimicked you.
Say go upstairs.
Go upstairs.
That doesn't sound like New York.
Certainly.
No, it doesn't. Say have some coffee.
House and coffee.
Not house and coffee. Have some coffee.
Have some coffee.
Oh, my Lord. Use guys. I don't know what you're doing.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Utes. My neck hurts. I'm sitting here.
It's because you're a redneck.
I never thought you would
You're
say that
not
to
a
me.
So, I'm not even going to tell them
about
about her Christmas present.
what are you talking about? No, don't do that.
No, I won't.
I thought you were talking about how you walked to the wrong vehicle yesterday and started to get into the wrong vehicle.
Yeah, I get made fun of a lot. I get lost. They say I get lost.
You get lost in a Home Depot and you have a penis.
Wait, what?
You do. You'll get lost in a Home Depot and you have
There's a lot
penis.
of men that probably resemble that.
No. Faith will go in there with us and he'll be like, I'm looking for a nut. She'll walk
I
right
get
up and
lost
get it.
on purpose.
No, you
I
don't.
entertain you women.
Really? That's why people call you daddy.
Do
because they
men
think
ever
you are my
direct-
dad.
Do we read instructions?
Yes, I've seen you read instructions
Where?
when you're putting things
Oh,
together.
that thing. Yeah.
Or when
And
you're peeing outside.
I was putting together a dresser. And she said, "Oh, I didn't think you read those instructions."
Well, they're probably in
I
Spanish.
got busted, y'all.
They're probably in Spanish.
Any hoot nanny.
We were talking about memories earlier, and Faith was hysterical. It was like, she must have been, I don't know, like 11 or 12, and walking around, and this cute little Hispanic kid walked by, a couple years old. She had the straightest face, and she looked at my husband and goes, "Is he yours?" That's what you get for saying she's your squiggly. I mean, seriously, you call her your squiggly.
Right, my leftovers.
That's awful.
What's awful?
To tell her she's a leftover.
But she's here. She made it. Good job. Yay. You made it.
To call her a leftover.
Yeah. She was the strongest swimmer.
If I was you, I'd stop talking. You can't be serious.
Oh.
Favorite memory so far of 2026? 2025.
26?
2025.
My wife is currently eating 4 gummies, y'all.
Never have.
No, she doesn't. She never has.
Mm-mm. I've never even smoked a joint.
We damn sure smell it sometimes.
Next door neighbors, but
We
not
got some
us.
neighbors who have it for medicinal purposes.
Say that again.
Purposes.
Say it again.
Purposes.
Say specific.
Yes. Rolling on. Get it? Rolling. No.
Favorite memory, 2025.
I already told you. Does it? You want me to repeat it?
Sure.
The day I got a phone call from my dad of 2025, which was back in September. He says these words to me. He says these words about his wife. Son, I finally got rid of her. He says, son, I finally got away from that woman. I think that those were his exact words. Son, I finally got away from that woman. I didn't know how to take that. I was like, yay, good. Good job, Dad. But she's had some bad choices. Even the choice of my mother back then. But I'm kind of glad I was born.
That was
Right.
just your egg donor.
But
However, your dad did make the best.
I kind of followed suit also in making
Comment.
bad choices.
Thank you.
Until you, babe.
Your dad did. Make sure kids can't hear this. Your dad did say one of the freaking most hilarious things ever. He said, how do you have any hair on your back? And I said, Dad, do you have hair on your back? And he goes, no. And he goes, he must have gotten it from his mother's side because of all the time she was on the carpet on her back. And he said, and it wasn't with me.
So, a little ways into the conversation, my dad mentioned that his current wife at the time had passed away. So, having said that, we went into,
Let's go. Come on.
that's right, the mode of
You're moving in.
getting him up here permanently. And he's been up here for what, a couple months?
And he has just really done so much better.
Yes. We've seen a big turnaround in him and his disposition. My wife has done her absolutely best in getting him doctor care, getting him off certain medications.
Which I tried to get years ago, but he
Yeah.
was not allowed.
Little did we know until an episode with his current wife that he was in an abusive relationship.
No, we saw it firsthand when she was here.
Yeah,
More than
Saying,
once.
that's what I said.
More than
Had
once.
her episodes.
You mean when she was throwing stuff and pitching a fit? Oh, yeah, it was at one of our weddings because we get remarried every year, for those of you who don't know that. And I had brought them up here so that they could be here for my husband's 50th birthday, as well as our renewal of our vows. And she decided to show herself in so many ways. And it was more than once in that trip, actually.
Mhm.
It was right after the ceremony when she was throwing things, screaming, yelling, and going bananas. And then it was again after that.
So that was my best memory. Getting a phone call from my dad, which started the process of getting him up here. And tonight he ate dinner with us for the first time ever for Christmas.
He had Thanksgiving with us too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yours, my dear? Do you have a favorite memory of 2025?
I have so many because I don't take anything for granted. It's hard
That's what she said.
for me to pinpoint just one.
Mm.
What did you mouth?
The listeners heard that, but you didn't.
Again, back on the whole hearing impaired issue.
I'm not picking on you.
Sure you are. Of course you are.
I love you to pieces.
Uh-huh.
What pieces are left?
You wait.
I can't wait.
Wait and see.
Tonight,
Why do you gotta be there's no mistletoe over our bed?
What?
I'm healing from surgery again. My spine hates me. The incisions hate me. I think I'm running out of canvas on scars. I really do. I mean, I don't have much canvas left. Between what Idiot did and all the surgeons, I'm kind of done. Seriously. And I want to ask our listeners. I never had tattoos before this. I had one on my hip and it was one. That was it. And then after all the abuse, I didn't want to look at what he put on me. I wanted to make my own journey, if you will, where I could go back and look at things that made me happy. So up until my husband and I reconnected and got back together, I had our journey. Like Faith drew me a beautiful picture of a heart and the words, "You're the most amazing mom ever." And she put her picture of herself in it. That's actually tattooed on me. And so many other things that were the journey of what we've gone through. And I've had, I was stabbed over a dozen times, and I've had quite a few of the stabbing scars turned into pieces of art that even when we tried to cover the scars, they still came through. And when you just got that dedication piece on your forearm, you had asked Jeff, and Jeff told you getting tattooed on scars is 10 times more painful because of all the nerve endings and things. So if you covered up a scar or you enhanced a scar by adding it into your story, I would love for you to send us pictures and let us see the beautiful work that you chose to put on you. Because those are choices we made to put something on us we want to see, that we want to look at, that we're proud of. And like, the ones that I did on my upper arms, I don't think the public has ever seen them on me. I know that the one on my right with the tree of life has been in magazine covers that my artist used and won with, but I didn't do it for anybody else. I did it for me. And when you have that, I just didn't want to look at all that. No matter what angle I looked at, there was some reminder of what I went through. And I did it more at first, I did it more for Faith. So she wouldn't be, "What happened? What happened, mommy? What happened?" And then, she has always been, "I want a tattoo. I want a tattoo." And I told her she had to wait until she was 18 and our daughter's ready for full sleeves. I mean, she is just, and boy, she takes it like a pro. Like first time she got a tattoo, she just sat there and asked him to continue when he was done. And then, piercings, she got her tragus pierced. And I've asked other people and they were like, "Oh my God, I cried. It hurt. It was so painful." I watched her. She didn't even blink her eyes. Like she didn't even close her eyes when they did it. It was just dink. She's like, "That's it. It's done." That was it. I mean, the kid has my pain tolerance to say the least.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. She keeps asking me to go get my nose pierced. And I'm like, "Oh, no, no, no."
Yeah, my wife is asking me to get piercings.
Only because she asked me to see if you would do it. And you said you would. There's nothing you wouldn't do for her. So I don't even want to hear it. There's nothing you wouldn't do for her either.
Oh, Lord.
You are so wrapped around her finger, it's unheard
I'm
of.
not carrying out her trash.
Yeah, right.
She's going to do that.
Did you tell her good job on the dishes in the sink right now?
No, did she do the dishes?
No, I did.
Oh.
While I was making cookies.
The cookies was good. It's very sweet.
Well, I made them for Pop.
I'm sure he ate them.
He did before. I mean, he was like, "Can I have some?" They didn't even come out of the oven yet. I was like, "You want one?" He's like, "Maybe more than one." Okay.
So we hope y'all had a very Merry Christmas. You got all the gifts that you wanted. I got more than I wanted. I
let's even talk about what you got.
went into Costco and saw the Bose earmuffs, the headphones, half off.
Yes, but I save all year to do Christmas, like all year.
And I grabbed them up, y'all.
This was before you were fired, and we didn't have income coming in.
Yep.
And I had been saving all year for my jobs, and then I was like, "No, you don't need to. No, 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 no. Come on. No, no, no." And I had gotten him the other kind. And then the greedy little butt over here wants to keep them both. You look like you're ready to go to sleep.
So the earbuds
Oy.
by Bose are truly amazing. They're just phenomenal. I can't get enough of them.
Why can't you feel that way about me?
I can't get enough of you, but you're recovering from surgery. You're healing.
Yeah.
So we wish y'all a Merry Christmas, and hopefully my wife can get this out before
I'm gonna get
tomorrow.
it out tonight.
You're awesome.
I'm gonna put this out tonight. Anything you want to say to the members of, you don't have to have the same DNA to be family. But I just want to say to the individuals that cannot take 30 flippin' seconds to send a simple text that says, Merry Christmas, kiss my ass, whatever, you know what?
Hmm.
Sit and spin on your tinsel. That's all I'm going to say. Because whenever something happens and is needed, we're always the who's called. When they need something, want something, need something to get done, but then not even a simple text message, Merry Christmas, nothing. And that's just not one-sided. That's on your side, as well. I mean, what do you want to say to anybody who couldn't even for a second even just say, and it's not even that they don't want to check on, like, I don't care if they don't want to check on me. I could, whatever. But not to even check on dad who just lost his wife and, he's had these health issues. He's got all this going on. 30 seconds you can't even call and just or text Merry Christmas, bah humbug, nothing. What that's pathetic. I mean, you go take a piss, right? When you take a piss, most of y'all are TikToking. You can't send a stupid text message that just says something so simple as Merry Christmas. What do you want to say to the people that couldn't even do that?
Merry Christmas.
That's not what you want to say.
Well, it's not me to be vindictive.
That's not being vindictive.
If I said anything bad,
That's not being vindictive. Being vindictive says I hope that they like
exactly.
but that's not what you're saying. You're just saying shame
Would
on
have.
you.
So I'm going to turn around.
No, what just shame on you because one day that could be you or that will be you. And then who's going to be there to help you? Right? Stop being such a selfish prick.
Are you talking about my former boss?
Oh, don't even get me started on tight pants. What they call him? Tight shorts. That's
Tight
right.
shorts.
Tight shorts. That's what they called.
Anyway, thank y'all for listening to this Christmas episode that I suggested to the wife.
Yes, my own private ho ho ho.
Good night, y'all, from a contagious smile.